Hello everybody, my name is Sirhc and welcome back to Underground, my single player Let's Play series. It has been a long time since we've been here, almost to the end. So long, but I really missed it. It's good to be back. So I recently brought up that I wanted to change some stuff around on my channel with Minecraft, change how I was playing. And so I brought up a few suggestions in my last Castaways episode. One of them was coming back here. And I had a couple people who liked that idea. And I think this was my favorite of the ideas. And so here we are. Here we are. Let's talk about changes since we were last here. It's been a long time, many months. Last time we were here in the Hall of Subscribers, it was like a couple episodes ago, episode 66, I showed this off. We had just hit 3,000 subscribers, and I had this thing caught up all the way. It went right to there, to Hagag. And since then, we have gained another 1,000 subscribers. We're up to 4,000, which is crazy. Almost up to 4,000 as of recording this. We're like 7 away. Which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. We're still, receiving that support. You guys are still checking me out, which is great. It's very awesome. Even though I've been a little less active this year, kind of focusing on some other things. But I'm starting to get back into the YouTube, starting to work it back into my life. And yeah, so since then, I tried to I filled this up the rest of the way. We obviously need to continue building on this to continue further. I did miss some names. Where I get these names is from YouTube. There's a list that I can access, but it only goes back so far. And so when I went back to the bottom of the list, Hagag was not listed on there. So I missed some of them. Sorry about that. But I do plan to continue this, I think, at least for a little while longer. We'll see how it goes. It definitely is a lot of work. It's a big chore. Look at this giant hallway. But it's fun, and I built it so I can have an amazing visualization of just the support that I've gotten over the years, and how many of you have been there watching me. And it's very humbling to be in this hallway. Yes. Anyways, enough of that sappy crap. So changes in Minecraft. We are now in snapshot 16W39C, which is snapshot of 1.11, and we've gotten a few very cool new things. One of them is this observer block, which is basically a bud switch. It's pretty fantastic. You can update it. So if we put some redstone, well, I guess we need to actually activate something. That'd be a smart idea. Put that there. Put something in front of it. It detects it. Amazing. Very awesome. We're gonna destroy some mushrooms, but I guess that's okay. It detects water. It even detects when the level of the water changes. You can see as the water goes down, it kind of activates a whole bunch. It detects string. One of the really cool uses is that you can actually activate it just by going over string. It detects like a furnace activating and deactivating. So if we just put a potato in there and put a stick, it'll activate when it turns on, and then when this turns off, it'll activate again. And it sends a very short pulse, which I don't know if they'll keep. It's like 1 tick. It's not 1 redstone tick. It's like 1 game tick, which is crazy fast. You can do a nice toggle with this if you activate it. Very easy, like monostable circuit, potentially. Very nice. We could detect if something like a tree grew, or if we were growing. Let's see, I don't really have a lot of bone meal, but we could detect if we were growing the mushroom, which actually I don't know. Oh, we can do it here. So obviously we can detect that because you get a different block there. What else can you detect? It doesn't detect. It does detect. I don't have a silk touch. Dang it. It does detect opening like a normal chest. I mean, you could use a trap chest and have a redstone coming off of that. But this is another way to do it if you don't want to use a trap chest. What else? There's a lot of things that it detects. It doesn't detect like brewing stands if they're done brewing stuff. I did test with that. It doesn't detect if you have like change the number of items in a thing. What else? Yeah, it's a pretty cool block. One thing that's really nice is I tried using this to change my one design that I use a bud switch for in this world is my wheat farm, my bone meal farm, which I have over at our Skelly farm this way. I tried designing it with that, with this observer block, and I couldn't quite get it to work. It's probably possible, but it seems like it's actually easier with the old style bud, just because this observer block doesn't take any time to reset. And so when I changed it out with this thing, why is that trampled? But when I changed it out with this bone meal farm, it would just keep activating it in a cycle. It would activate itself, just go around in circles, because the observer block doesn't take any time to reset, whereas this bud takes a little bit of time to reset, and so it doesn't detect any changes while it's resetting. So it could be possible with that. I'm not super great with redstone, but it's kind of cool that it doesn't quite replace old bud switches. There's still uses for them, but it just adds another way to detect block updates, which is pretty neat. A few other things we got so far in the 1.11 update are llamas, which are kind of cool. We don't really have access to in this world, which kind of sucks. And mansions, as well as like these exploration maps, which could be kind of interesting. Mansions are on the surface. They have some cool new mobs. Maybe we could work that into this series. Well, I'll talk about that in a little bit. And we also got shulker boxes, which we're going to go to the end in a little bit. But first, I also wanted to talk about, we also missed 1.10 in this world. So I wanted to show some of the stuff we got there as well, which include some new blocks like magma blocks, and I don't need those, and red nether brick, and nether wart blocks, and bone blocks. Now these are all kind of interesting blocks. I especially like the bone blocks. Those are very interesting. I've used those a little bit on castaways. But these, I mean, they're more blocks. More blocks is always good. I could definitely maybe work those into something. I don't know what, but I could work them into something. Ouch. And one thing that's kind of interesting that I haven't seen yet, I haven't really gone out and found, is these bone blocks. They actually spawn in the world, in deserts and swamps, I believe. You can find fossils underground, like structures built out of these bone blocks. That'd be interesting to try and find, and maybe we'll do that sometime. It'd be cool to like build something around that, like an archaeological dig. Might be an interesting thing to do. But we also got a few things from 1.10, like polar bears, igloos. There was some new village generation. There was some changes to how trees generate. Like there's now big trees in mountains. They put back the large trees, as well as a few other things. I think mushrooms, which I'd be interested in checking out. Mushrooms can now have a chance to grow like twice as tall. Might be kind of cool. But obviously a lot of that stuff we can't really check out because again, it's on the surface. But we did get these cool new blocks, which is one big thing. And I used to have a pallet room that showed all the blocks that I had available here in underground. Now this is all that I have left. I thought about putting something back here, I don't know if it's gonna work back here, but I want to do that again because I think one problem I kept running into before was not really knowing what to build out of. I felt stuck to certain blocks, but especially since we made a change, you know, not too many episodes ago, where we decided we could go to the mesa and dig underground to get clay, and so we opened up a lot of options with clay, one of my favorite blocks, and we can start adding a lot of colors to things. I mean, we had wool before, but I'm not a big fan of wool. We also added some new browns, which is really nice, and actually something that I just realized recently is now we have the gray clay and the black clay, and you can also dig up the brown clay in the mesas, and we could utilize that pretty well around here to kind of break up a lot of this dark oak wood and this dark oak planks, kind of add some more interest. Hey, got a zombie villager. So that's definitely a project that I want to work on soon, is get a pallet room, so again I can take a look at what we have available. Even like the red blocks, we got red clay now, which we could use. We have the red nether brick, we have the nether wart blocks. We could definitely utilize those in conjunction with the mushrooms to just add more to this place, add more block variation to this area, because that's one problem that I've had a lot with this build, is that I feel like I'm using the same blocks and it's hard to make things interesting after a while. Alright, I'm all geared up to head into the end. Let's go hunt some shulkers so we can check out the new shulker boxes. And while we're there, I thought we'd talk about, or while we're going there, I thought we'd talk about the series. So when I mentioned bringing Underground back, I suggested doing kind of a season 2 where I go above ground. It seems kind of strange to say, but yes, underground, above ground. Now this is something that I kind of thought would be inevitable with this series. Ever since the start, I figured we'd go, I guess I always thought maybe around like episode 100, we'd probably go above ground. And, you know, we'd stay in the same world, but we'd get to go wherever we wanted and do whatever we wanted. And it sounds great, and I was seriously considering this, but now I'm starting to have my doubts. I'm not so sure anymore. When I thought about that, I was thinking about like a lot of the new snapshot features I just said are not available to us because they're on the surface. There's a lot of blocks that we don't have access to, and one of the biggest things is it'd be nice to be able to build wherever we want, to be able to build on the surface. I do love building things above ground, making different types of houses. I really enjoy that. What the heck was that? I saw the beam go through that, like it does when you go through it or something. That was weird. But yeah, there's things that we don't have access to, and it kind of limits our freedom here in this world, which is kind of why I'm playing single player, so that we have freedom. And check out our house. This is when we did our end survival. Fantastic. It's so beautiful. I wonder if there's anything here, actually. I don't see anything. So sad. What about in here? Nope. So yeah, I have an idea, still have an idea that we could possibly do if we wanted to go above ground, to kind of make it sort of or to kind of transition to the above ground, I guess. My question to you guys is, what do you think about going above ground? Now, obviously it sounds great at first. It's like, well, why not? Why would you limit yourself, limit your play, if you don't have to? Well, that's kind of the idea of the series. That was the whole reason why I wanted to do it. I like the challenge. I like being limited. I feel like it brings out creativity in me. When you're free and open, things can just get kind of boring. You know, when you just have all of the options available, it's nice to have something limiting you to make you think outside the box, which is one thing that I loved about this series. And that's what makes this series interesting. I feel like, maybe you guys would like this series anyways. Maybe you just enjoy seeing me play Minecraft. Now, I thought there was a thing over here from when we were doing that end survival. That's where I was heading to. But yeah, maybe you guys just want to see me do a regular single player let's play, or maybe you just enjoy my commentary and the stuff that I build. But I feel like being underground and being limited in that way is something that just makes this series stand out from all the other let's plays out here. It's something interesting that is different about mine, something that I can bring to the table and offer the viewers. So that's kind of the main reason why I don't want to go why I don't want to go above ground. And in regards with us being limited in this world, I still have a lot of ideas for things to do. Back when I was playing before, I had lots of ideas of things to do in the future, and there's so many that I haven't utilized. And so I feel like we haven't even really gone through the full potential of this whole underground thing. I don't really want to share too many of the ideas, but one thing I'd like to do is bring villagers into the end and do something. We have wide open spaces out here. I'd love to do stuff like that. I'd love to build a lot in the Nether. I was going to start, a big special base in the Nether. Still might work on that. I would like to do some sort of like lava side base with like ships in the lava. I think would be super interesting. And it's really fun working with like the villagers and kind of using them as our source of lots of materials. And I haven't really utilized that fully as well. Oh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. So I feel like there's still a lot of potential in this whole underground thing that we haven't quite seen yet, haven't quite gone through yet. So I feel like if we stop now, it'd almost be doing it too early. But what do you guys think? Do you like this whole underground idea? Do you like having a series that's different and has some limitations to it? Or would you like to see something that's more open? Now, I don't remember killing a whole lot of these guys when I was here, because I was very scared when we were doing that end survival thing. So I'm kind of surprised there isn't more stuff here. Another thing, if you do like the idea of going above ground and opening up the series, do you have any ideas for any sort of limitations that we could put on ourselves? To still kind of have a challenge to the world. All right, it's battle time. These guys are scary. Although with the bow, it's pretty easy. They have a 50% chance to drop the shells, and we need 2 shells for each shulker box. I don't think these guys respawn. Obviously there isn't a whole lot here. There's not as many as there would have been before. Let's just destroy that. Whoop! I need a fire up there. Oh gosh! No, don't go, don't go outside. Oh shoot! Let's drink a potion. Oh, don't fall down. I don't have my elytra wings on. This probably was a bad idea. Okay. I need to get underneath the blocks. Oh, ouch! But yeah, if you guys have any ideas on how to limit my survival here, any ways to kind of challenge me if I do go above ground, that would be great. And I guess, I don't know if I mentioned this, but another reason why I'm hesitant to go above ground is once we do that, we could go back underground, but it seemed kind of silly to do that. And man, that's kind of hard to do that parkour. Like it seems kind of silly, and people have suggested going above ground for a few days and get resources like sugarcane and cactus and all this stuff that we're missing, maybe some animals. But once we do that, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of being underground. Then we'd just be stuck underground building wise, which would be very boring. I mean, that's like the worst part of this whole thing. I don't mind having lack of resources. I think it's kind of fun to have to, you know, figure out how to do certain things without access to all of the resources. Like with paper, you know, we don't have sugarcane, but I can go to the libraries, which now strongholds, there's a lot, they don't generate infinitely, but there's a lot more of them. Oh, I hope you didn't drop a shulker shell down there. So we technically could have quite a large amount of paper if we wanted to go out exploring for them. Well, I made it to the top of this tower without seeing a lot more of those guys. I think there's a lot of them outside, on the outside of this building though, because I hear them everywhere. We do have 3 shells. We could make at least 1 shulker box, and we can check that out. Oh, I should have, why am I doing this? Well, I'd really like to find 1 more shell. There's a guy. Hello. Oh, did I miss you? Or did it bounce off because you closed up? Come on, open up. Open for the Sirhc. Did you drop a shell? Let's head up there and see. No, no shell. Is there another guy around here? Let's go up the outside, I guess. I put my wings on, so we should be safe. Which is why I didn't know why I was climbing down when we could just fly down. I know I heard another one around here somewhere. Maybe on the backside somewhere. Oh, there's one. Hi. Oh, you got me. I don't know how you got me. Oh, shoot. Oh, go down. Ah, and you hit me again. Let's drink a potion. Come on. And drop down now. Now, there we go. Shulker shell. No, still. Oh, there's one. Aha. And he dropped a shell. Fantastic. Oh shoot, I just was under that block. Would have stopped falling. All right, get down. There we go. Or stopped climbing, I should say. And down we go, taking damage. That's one thing that I wouldn't mind completely getting rid of. I do like using the potions to heal up and stuff, but it might be time to get rid of the ultra hardcore. Anyways, we have 4 shells. I'm a little scared of this. I haven't used the wings in a while. I don't think I've really used them since you had to activate them with space. But oh yeah, that's nice. Let's just go down here. Try not to look at any Endermen. Do a nice soft landing. Maybe just hang out in here so I don't accidentally look at anybody. And I got a crafting table. And we have our shells. So let's use those. And we got shulker boxes. Now, I think you're supposed to be able to dye these. I don't know if that's implemented yet. But this is the shulker box. It is a chest that you can break. You can break it with your hand, but it's faster with a pick. And when you do that, it keeps the item, which is awesome. It's like a kind of like a backpack type thing. There's a few mods that do something similar to this. But yeah, I guess it's more like a strong box is what it's like. It keeps everything in there. Pick it up, bring it with you. This is fantastic. You can have so much more storage. Each one holds 27 blocks. Obviously, you can't put one of these inside another one so that you could have infinite storage. But yeah, this is great for building. You can have tons of building blocks at your hand. Great for like redstone. Again, just you could have one of these just always set up for redstone, and whenever you want a redstone, you go grab that shulker box and bring it with you. This is fantastic. I love it. One of the best things of 1.11. So amazing. Anyways, I'm gonna head back home. There's end gateways that spawn out in the end, like the one that we came here through, but they generate out in the middle of the nowhere. But I've generated a lot of this area, and we just found another shulker shell somehow. One of them must have died up there? We weren't up there. We were on the other side, though. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to head back to our end gateway, try and find my way back there. I think it's over this way. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Underground. I'm excited to get back here. Let me know your thoughts on the series, what you'd like to see. If you enjoy just the normal Underground stuff, or if you'd like something different. And this looks kind of like a dead end here. What's going on? I don't remember where we came from. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.